Oh, hey, hi, I'm Captain Eddie Castle, and welcome to the shop. Snuck up on me there. All right, I've got some things to chat about today. That's right, and I want you to pay attention to them. But tell you what I'm going to try. They tell me that at some point I can say, if you go to that link, that one, which you don't see right now, you'll be able to get another video to explain this video. That's what the book says I can do. I don't know what I can do, but I do know I'm a non-professional spokesperson. I really am. All you got to do, you know the deal, you got to watch. Hey, I've been playing with some things out here in the shop, and I hear from you guys. I really do. I like hearing from you. Call all the time. Howard called this morning about things that are going on, what I'm doing. I am now currently turning a lot of simple ink pens using a drill bit for a mandrel. All right, that's kind of boring, isn't it? Do you know what I'm doing? I'm rebuilding some muscle memory that I lost after my tumor, because of my tumor. So I'm having to relearn how to work my hands and arms to where they flow right. And it's kind of hard to do. My back doesn't like it. My gut doesn't like it. My hands don't like it. I get hurt. I get hurt bad. But I'm learning, and it's a good experience. And that's why I'm showing you this. These are things you can do to improve your techniques. I can do a pen from soup to nuts with a roughing gouge. I can do a pen from soup to nuts with a skew. I can do a pen, soup to nuts, with a bowl gouge. It all depends on how you use the tool to get the best slice. You did notice I said slice, not cut. Slice. We'll get more into that, okay? Also hear from you guys that get cutters, that you order cutters, replacement cutters from me. Well, I don't have replacement cutters for 3-letter brand tool. I have the exact same cutters that they have. We sell them at our prices on Big Eye Productions, or this address right here, eddiecastellan.com. But we tell you on that thing that we pack them with the small ones 632s, the large ones 1024s. Why? It's the most common thing out there, and you can get a tap for that at your local hardware store. But if I tell you I'm going to use a metric or submetric or a SAE or whatever out, you got to go find a whole nother tap system. I'm driving you to your Ace Hardware store in your Home Depot to get these parts. So if our screws don't match, use the ones you have. If the ones you had need replacement, go to hardware and look for those. Or get a tap and tap it out. Let's get there. And oh, by the way, you're going to see some fluctuation in the prices on our internet prices. It's only because we had some math errors. And I'm catching hell for that. There's almost no savings when you buy into a package. Our Super Turners package, 2 bars, 9 cutters, the blue 1, blue 2, blue 3, and all this other stuff, all those things. They're the cost of the bars, plus the cutters, plus the freight. I can't go any lower than that. I'm at the bottom, really. And the postage went up again, just this past quarter. It went up again. But we're going to hold it where we are for the shipping and absorb it for a period of time until it gets to where it matches out. Then I got to change it, okay? I got to let you know that. And oh yeah, by the way, you folks that have called and said, and called me and said, man, I went to Google your name and I saw obit, thought obit my butt. I ain't dead. Kind of smell that way, but I ain't dead. Somebody automatically Googles that in. So don't pay attention to it till it's out there. And then there'll be a little monkey with a band and everything else going on. All right. And I got one more thing before we get into our project. You send me photographs. Always send me photographs of your work. And I like to see your work. And once a month I'll produce a video that shows just your work. The best wood turners in the world, right there. But I often get photographs that I might not want. I got this one. I was in the construction industry for 40 years. And I really liked it. Had fun at it. But it was aggravating because of people. It's going to happen. Yeah, it does happen. Take a look at this one. This photograph, somebody sent it to me. This is out of a New Orleans-based newspaper, and it shows some guys working on a trolley cafe, and they're out in the front putting up some drywall or whatever in front of this building. But take a look at this. The clown on the left doesn't know that there's no steps over there, and you're not supposed to be there, and the clown on the right doesn't know you're not supposed to do what he's doing on the other. So the reason I bring this to you is, see these people? Those people, those kind of people, make your construction cost rise. Why? Because they will get hurt, and they will file an insurance claim, and it will hit your, if it hits their bottom line, it's hitting your bottom line. If you see somebody being really reckless, maybe just mention, hey, should you really climb on the back side of a ladder? Just as a question. I used to truck them up when I was a safety director at a company. I'd lean or put a step ladder, a foldable step ladder, lean it against the wall and ask guys, how far off from the wall should it be when you get up on it? And they'd all be, oh yeah, well you got to go quarter this and go that. Nothing. You can't climb on a step ladder if you lean it against the wall. It's not made for that. Don't tell me your uncle used to do it all the time and your daddy did it and you do it and all that. I don't want to hear about that. You're the people to make the news. All right. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Corian, because putting Corian together and using it for pen blanks, bottle stopper tops, accent pieces and all that, it takes a little bit of an art. I learned some tricks about this at SWAT, S-W-A-T. That's the Southwest Association of Turners, and they hold a annual symposium. This year it's the last weekend, like 22, 23, 24, 25 of August, and it's in Waco, Texas. It's a good town, good place to go. You can get there from here. No matter where you are, you can get there from here. Waco, Texas, they do a great thing. It's got several levels of demonstrators. They keep going day after day after day. It's really great. Got a good show, good sales floor. It's the best symposium I've ever been to. But I learned this there with a couple of guys about how to put Corian together. And then I had a call this week from a guy that said, you know, I saw your video on Corian, and oh yeah, if you want to see that video, the entire thing, it's right there. If it worked, that's where it's at. Right there in that bar. And you'll get it. But hey, do me a favor. When you're there, subscribe to that channel, because that might not be this channel. Right, because I had a channel, and then I had to change the channel when I got sick. Don't worry about that. Subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and press the bell and all that stuff to get notices. I think I can do a screenshot of that. Hey, this is what you're looking for. You see the subscribe thing down there? You see the subscribe, you click on that, and then after you click on that, the bell's going to show, and then you go back and click on the bell, and you'll get an email to your subscribed email address telling you that there's a new Captain Eddie video out there. You can do this for anybody's videos that you like to see. Me, Carl, Tim Yoder, Lyle Jameson, all these guys. I'm subscribed to all of them. I see all of them. So subscribe. Do that for me. All right, now I was at SWAT, and we were talking about putting this stuff together. And the guy called me and said he put some pieces together. But when he drilled them, they broke apart. Let's talk about that for a minute. Hey, if you want to send me photographs, send them to my email address. Not to the website, not to the YouTube thing. Messenger. What the hell is Messenger? I don't Twitter. I don't tweet. I barely boogie. But send it to my email address at captaineddie@gmail.com. Captain Eddie Castellan at Gmail. This address right here. And then I'll have them give me a good resolution photograph. We can always tweak a little bit. We make it work. Now, I have some Corian. I want to put it together. These are drops. I get these at the Corian shop. A friend of mine used to own one, and he'd asked me to come by and get the drops off the floor. He'd put them in my trailer. I'd come home with 1,000 pounds every other month or so, and I'd bring them to the wood turning meeting and give them away. Guys would come here shopping for them. Hey, what can we get some Corian? Yeah, you can get some Corian, but I want to see something made out of it. You know, I'm not doing your kitchen for you. But I've got some Corian, and I ripped me some pieces that are about 1 1/8 by 5, 1/2 inch thick. most Corian comes 1/2 inch thick. They have 1/4, they have 3/4, and then you get some metric numbers thrown in there too. All right, this is honest to goodness, bona fide Corian. It's not sun cast, disco cast, daisy baked, whatever. This is honest to goodness Corian. All right, now I want to put these two pieces together. Now, I can do this with medium thick Star Bond super glue, but see if I can zoom in here a little bit, and you can see what I'm talking about. Is it going to go in on it? Yeah, there we go. There's going to be a crack. Where is it? There it is. See that crack? Well, that crack is bigger than you think. It really is. And if that crack is there, the glue is not going to work. So if you want to glue it together, let's eliminate the crack. How hard is it? It's so easy, it's unbelievable. This is Corian. This is 180 grit wet dry sandpaper from the hardware store. It cost me 53 cents for one sheet of pad. Whew. All right, I'm going to go to something dead flat in the shop. I could do it as, and on a video I show you I do it on glass. I can go to my table saw mat and table and do it on that. I can do it on a piece of plywood that's very flat. And if it's bowed, it's not going to give you the flat. This is like lapping a cylinder head. For you old guys, remember lapping cylinder heads and make them fit tighter. Same thing. We're going to put the paper, the stuff down. No water, nothing else. And we're just going to go back and forth over it. And we're going to do a couple of things here. Number one, we're going to flatten it. We're going to make it flatter. And if you could get in, if you could see it closer, you'd see I've got the striations all the way across it. So I have flattened this area out. When I started doing it, I'm starting to see some irregularities because it's not dead flat on both sides. Now this one has got a little mica in it, which makes it reflective, and that's what gives it the color. Guess what? When they pour it, that mica runs to the bottom of the pour, which is the top of the top. You got that? Runs to the bottom of the pour. You want that to show, so let's put that into the middle. It's the slickest part. It's also the worst part to glue to because it is slick and it's not ready for adhesives, including super glue. So just back and forth, about 433 strokes. That was enough. All right, now, I am flat all the way across, both ways. This is good and ready. Now I'm going to take the other one and do the same thing. Heavy mica side's going to go down. Take it over to the sandpaper and I want to block it. Now I've done this on my bandsaw, but this is flat enough for what we're doing today. I don't have to do the wax on and the wax off and go around and turn it flipping on. That's what I'm doing. It's good and flat. I'm going to take that flat, put it against this flat, and take a real hard look at it. I'm looking outside. I can't see any cracks. Hey. No, you can't see. You have reduced that crack by making it dead flat. That's the secret. Don't tell anybody. All right, now what do? Now we're going to take and put this, I'm going to get all my parts ready. And then I'm going to get my clamping assembly together. And that's so high-tech, it's unbelievable. That's it. That's the clamping assembly. A spring-loaded clamp, just like that. All right. You need more? We're going to put 2 on it then, okay? You got 1 here. All right. And I keep these readily handy. 1 there, all right? Just going to clamp it together. What I'm going to do, it's all on the detail up there. I'm going to put the CA to medium thick, not thin, not gooey, not epoxy, nothing with the monkey's picture on it, nothing else. I'm using Star Bond medium thick CA. And I'm going to put a nice little squeakle on there, and then clamp, put the bar in it, and I'm going to set it out the way until tomorrow. That's right, let it cure. Then when I get it back, I'm going to have a block of wood, a block of Corian, pardon me. I can go up and straighten the sides through the bandsaw, and it's cut so sweet on the bandsaw, it's unbelievable. I got a 6-tooth blade, 3/8 blade, just right through it. That's sound effects. Right through it. All right, I can square that up, and then I can put it in my drill press and drill it. That's where I want to talk to you. That's what I really want to get telling you about. If you're investing in doing this much labor to get something done, let's use a good, sharp brad point bit to do that drilling. It won't dull because of the Corian. It'll dull for other reasons, but not the Corian. Because you can drill right through it. There's no micas in it that'll affect it. So you drill it coolly. How do I say coolly? Let's be cool. Yeah, no, that won't work. All right. I use an air chuck, an air blower, and I blow air on the nozzle, on the bit, while I'm drilling to relieve the file at the drill that comes out. They're going to come out molded plastic or fractured plastic. They're going to be a little gummy, so it's little light moves. Don't force it. It will force. Don't force it. Drill through to it, get the right depth. Don't over drill it, because then you widen out and you got a little problem hooking and putting the tube in if you do it. I'm doing these little 1/8 inch pins, and man, it's beautiful. So that's how I get my prep for a Corian pen. Now let's talk about what else you can do this with. I cut out some blanks of this stuff. This is almost like real plywood, ply form or whatever. It is laminated plywood. It's got colors in it, and I have some blocks that I picked up, I think at SWAT a couple of years ago. Somebody's at the wood row, and it's a great wood row. At the wood row had blocks and blocks of these, and they were odds and ends. And I picked up 5 or 6 or 8 of them, bucket to a piece. Hey. So in cleaning the shop, I found some blocks, and I'm looking for some pen blanks to play with. So I got one. So I got a little 1 inch by 1 inch by 5 1/4 inch piece, and it's going to work out well for one of my pens. When I was cutting it out, I thought, well, let's go crazy and cut one on an angle, on a bias. So we cut this one on a bias. Can you see that? Bias is a sewing term. Management tells me that. You see it's on an angle? That's just going to add a little more intrigue to the pen when you look at it. And I can do the same thing. I can carefully drill it, machine it, cut it and all. I'll talk to you more about that in a moment. But that'll give it to me. But guess what I ended up with? I ended up with some drops. That's right, I ended up with a drop. Let me see, I got a drop here and a drop here. This is what I took off the side of it. Now, if we're talking about a crack through the middle, let's talk about this crack through the middle. If we get it in the right spot, get out there. See that crack? I cut this on a bandsaw. Hey, you see I've got that gap? Guess what I'm going to do with it now? It's a secret. I want to put this back together again, but I'm not going to put it together as the way you think. I'm going to have it to where I'm going to look at it. One going down, one going up, or 2 going across of different colors as they go through, or this one gives it to me on an angle. Play with it now, you're going to like it. But no matter what, I'm still going to have a joint to deal with. I'll show you what we do. We were ready to start again, but Ron Alice from Hawaii, it's even further over than Mexico, he called and placed an order. And as the deal is, when you call on the phone to give me an order, I'm the guy you talk to. Now, one exception. If I'm driving, I do not talk on the phone. So if you call and I'm driving and management's with me, and I always have a co-pilot, I don't talk on the phone. I won't talk to you. I won't reference the call. Why? Got to pay attention to the road. Wish more people did it. All right, now we're going to go back to making this work. Now I'm going to put these 2 pieces together, and I told you it's black, gray, silver. There's a lot of gray and silver in this piece. It's nice. I'm thinking, what will make it pop? A little more black and white. So I went and found the company. I think it's Grizzly. I'll have it on here if it works on a connection. But Grizzly.com that makes tools and stuff. They sell pick guard, P-I-C-G-A-R-D, pick, different word, guard. It might be G-U-A-R-D, but it's pick guard. They put it on guitars so your pick doesn't scratch the face of the guitar. You see where I'm going? All right. They sell it in sheets. Now, I'm not talking a 4x8. I'm talking something like this, little 2x2 or whatever. And I cut it out of here. Now, I've done a lot with these accent sheets, laminating woods together and plastics together and all that. They're a line breaker. If you want to put this together, you're going to have a joint, you're going to have a line. Now, if I take these two blocks and I go over to the sandpaper again, and I knock the fuzz off, and I'm lapping it out. You see how much effort's going into this? Okay, I'm lapping it out. That is dead flat and clean. I'm going to go to the other piece. I'll knock the fuzz off the corners and lap it out. And there's no secret as if it go over an edge, go over a bucket, go around a corner, or anything else. And this 180 paper, I'll do thousands of these things because I'm using that paper that's ventilated. You see me, I see you, all right? For the water to move the fines. And it stays clean. I take my airbrush and blow it off and watch the filings. The Corian wood, plastics, they're all rough on your lungs, so do something about it. I didn't. I know you're going to tell me, well, you didn't do anything about your lungs. I'm showing you this. All right. Now, I got my piece of pick guard. Pick guard comes with a plastic wrap on the face of it. It's protected. It's like those things on the front of the cell phones. Keep you from pressing the buttons too early and all that stuff. So that has to go away. You have to peel off that protective coating, and that's a pain in the butt. And I hadn't found any way to make it easier than that. And this has been out here a long time. But you peel off that protective coating, and then you take it to the flat, and you lap it. Why do you lap it? You know it's flat. You need the adhesion. You need it to have some grit, some face to it. So we lap it back and forth and back. And we get the back serrated nicely. We've removed all the plastic off the front. And it is that aggravating because I don't have any fingertips anymore. Or fingers, but you get that off. And then I'm going to lap that part and I'm going to smush it. This one, and that one. You see what happens? Alright. Now that's black on white on gray on gray. Pretty boring, huh? What if that was red? They have red. What if it was red, white, and blue? They got that too. Black and gold. They got that too. What other colors I have up here? I went crazy. Oh, that was something else. But I bought a sheet of all the colors I had and brought it all in. Then I didn't know what to do with it. I don't want to use it all up in one day. So that's what I did. I put two pieces of wood together, put that between them. When I clamped it, because I had lapped it out, and I put the clamp on it, when I put the medium thick super glue on it again, I'm going to be able to bring it together. Now, I'm not a great fan of epoxies or monkey glues or anything else. I do believe medium thick super glue, and I like the Starbond product because it's very effective. That's how I clamp it. And what do? Right with me. Wait a day. And then I can square it up, groove it out, put it in the drill press, drill it, put it over, do what I want to do. It is a ready blank. And you did this out of scraps. The rips from the Corian shop, you're going to give them, they're going to be half inch, you're going to say, that's a little bitty pen. No, it's not. Grow some. Put them together. Put the two accent pieces. Put colors together. Put two different colors with a band between them. Put two different colors with a piece of copper between them. Yeah, or two different colors with a piece of pewter between them. I can come up with these names. I got them. All right? Anything you can turn, you can put between two pieces that you can turn. All right? It just means you're going to sharpen your tools a little bit more, but think about the art you're going to come away with. You come away with some awesome art in doing this. I got a very detailed video on how to do this and a couple of things with Corian. I got to go put Ron's order together for it. I got to remind you again, if you're not a current subscriber to this channel, please go to the subscribe button. See this little thing? Go to the subscribe button. That's what it looks like on my iPad. And you can't do it on my iPad. You can do it on yours. Go to the subscribe button. Subscribe. It'll say, well, you're not a member. Join! Don't put a credit card in. Don't give a credit account. No. You're just joining a group of people that like to see common things. And every time you subscribe to somebody, if you put the bell next to it, you'll get noticed when they change something. I mean, Carl Jacobson does stuff every Friday. I look forward to Friday evenings watching his old video and all when he does his projects. Told you about SWAT and the prices. And oh yeah, by the way, I remind you, I am a non-attorney spokesperson. My attorney said I should say that. Really don't know why. That's number one. Number two is, why is he worried about me? Well, I've got things to do. Wood to spin. Corian to turn. I got things to do. I'm going to go out over here and I'm going to go ahead and make some shavings. Making shavings. That's what this is all about. Making shavings. Take care. Be good. I love visiting with you. Really do. Give me a call.